There is no better place to visit. There is no better place to enjoy baseball at the amateur level. A gorgeous complex in Panama City Beach. It's the public sports park, 160 acres, well utilized, and it's time to welcome back college baseball in 2025. It's time for the 2025 Visit Panama City Beach College Baseball Classic. Last year, the number 2 team in the land, all the way to the end. Northwest Florida State at the JUCO World Series. They've been there twice. Their foes out of Southern Illinois, John A. Logan, a chance to get into some better weather and to not have to wear sleeves. Yep, you gentlemen can get outside and swing the bat, and that's what makes it fun. Steve Phillips is our color analyst. It's an honor to talk baseball with such a man who has given up so much of his life to this game, and certainly as a player development man, as a general manager, one of the great hosts in the game as well, as we listen to his content. There's the gorgeous day we're talking about. My name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for being with us. Steve, you were on the call for a couple of great games yesterday. I'll go very simple for you right out of the gates. How good is this brand of college baseball as we open things up?
Absolutely terrific. Had a chance to be part of this last year as well. Was overwhelmed by the quality of play, the athleticism, and yesterday didn't disappoint either. We had pitchers who threw strikes, pounded the strike zone. We had some tremendous defensive plays yesterday as well, a couple home runs, and so it was a fun day, beautiful day, and it's nice seeing the sunshine down there in the warm weather in Florida.
This is who Northwest Florida is. Their head coach, Doug Martin, has more than 500 wins. He was a college pitcher at Auburn Montgomery University. Had a chance to be his teammate in college. Region 8, the Panhandle, that's a daunting region. I mean, there is a who's who, and we'll talk about that throughout the rest of the day. And again, the second time in 2024, they finished second in the land last year, but they won it all. They won it all in 2015. This is the starting lineup, and there are some key players that we'll introduce you to, including on down the line. When you see the guy like Cray Lott drafted a couple of years ago, drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, and was drafted in the 15th round. So there's talent. And then on the mound, this is a big fella. This is Thomas Howard. Watch him work. He's 6'4", 225. He's out of Lexington, Kentucky. We're excited to watch him work quite a bit because he's got a bright future. He's on his way to Purdue next year, and that's a big thing for him. Again, there is some physical presence, and his nickname, Steve, not a surprise, is just Big Donkey. Real simple.
Yeah. I've been called that a few times, and I'm not that big a person, so I get it. But listen, he's a big, strong guy and really filled out, right? So he's one of those guys that you think about physical projection, probably not that much, but fastball, 91 to 94. He's got the curveball as well, and out there leading his team right now, trying to get them back on track again and getting the job done. Their first game yesterday, they did win, beat Chipola 4-2, and now looking to see if they can't get their second win of the season.
Yeah, talking about that win over Chipola yesterday, there were some names that we'll talk about that helped out. As a matter of fact, when you look at who Logan was as a team yesterday, the first 6 hitters in their lineup all reached at some point, and there was a homer by Big Trace Swiderski. We'll see him hit in just a little bit. You saw that Northwest Florida starting lineup, Northwest Florida State. We'll remind you, you see behind home plate, you see him off to the right in your shot. That's Todd Odell, the home plate umpire. And in the field is Denver Dangerfield, one of the great umpiring names. And by the way, some of the things that go on, this is a 7-inning game. Love that about junior college baseball. Logical. You know, you're not taxing as many pitchers, so that'll make it fun. And what you experienced yesterday were some strike throwers and some move-along games.
We did. Good pace of play. By the way, Denver Dangerfield doesn't seem to get a lot of respect from teams in the field.
Some of you got that. Depends what generation you come from. If you're X or older, you got that one. Let's meet Tristan Biddle as he steps in, right-handed batter, and tries to show the bunt. Back to the screen we go. It's fun to be underway, and we're glad you're with us today. Biddle from Arlington, Texas, 2024 grad. Played some travel ball for 5-star National Black. Just squared up. That's a good run. Backspin fastball, let her high.
You know, Darren, one of the things I saw a lot yesterday, the high fastball. We see that in Major League Baseball, professional baseball now. That high fastball with the spin rate is something that everybody's going to. Very difficult for hitters to get on top of.
That one had some dive to it. On the ground, backhanded, long throw across the diamond. And pulled him off the bag. Good speed going up the line as well. Jaden Correa is the shortstop, unable to turn it into an out. He did have to take a couple of steps to his backhand.
Well, speedy hitter right here in Biddle, so he's getting down the line, hustling, trying to leg it out. And Correa trying to get the backhand and make the throw across the infield. And that speed factor made him rush the throw a little bit, just a bit wide to pull our view off the base.
Yeah, we're giving him a hit on that, right? Once we saw the replay?
Yes, I would certainly think so.
Out of Venezuela, Austin Mungarieta. He works behind the plate. And Austin had a chance to go out, or I should say Augusto, not Austin. Augusto had a chance to go out and play in the Northwoods League this past summer. That's a great collegiate developmental league. And Steve will kind of bring you up on how much those leagues mean to players. But he went out and in 47 games, had an OPS of 918, did really, really well. Had a chance to catch a bunch. He played for their team up in Rochester in the Northwoods League, but there was power. There was a slug of 491. So he came off a really, really great summertime. Over the outside corner.
Augusto had a hit and scored a run yesterday in that game, and so it did get some action out there and got himself on base.
This Northwest Florida program really sets a standard, and again, Doug Martin, more than 500 victories. Austin Turner will coach out on the bases with Martin when he works there. Working out of the stretch is Howard. Now that one, not the backspin fastball. Good looking two-seamer right at the knees.
Yeah, so Mungarieta going to have to protect right now. Good pitch down in the zone. Little cut fastball right there, down in the zone.
So far what we're seeing, about 88, 89 miles an hour from this right-hander. Boy, a hammer on an 0-2 pitch, and he spoiled a really good one, did Augusto.
Went back to the same pitch right there, so fouled it off. Staying alive right now. See if they get Biddle moving on the pitch here and try to get the runner in motion.
Augusto last year at Rochester Community and Technical College. Swing and a miss, got away with a high breaking ball. Didn't throw it where he wanted to, but sometimes just the change in speed can have big effect.
Absolutely, and unfortunately got him to swing underneath it. Couldn't quite get to the top of that baseball, and healthy hack, though, with 2 strikes on him. And that's one of the other things we've seen in the game today. That 2-strike approach isn't really part of what a lot of hitters do anymore, as they look to launch the baseball and hit it in the air.
Hudson Ginn is an Arkansas native. It is travel ball a couple of teams along the way. 2023 grad of Greene County Tech High School. Played for Trotsky. Got invited to play for Chase Brewster's 3-2 Sticks program as well. Going to work on that business degree. That breaking ball up. He didn't get away with it that time. A rocket shot base hit into left field. Got a strikeout on a hanging breaking ball the next pitch. It hung up there, and Ginn was ready.
He was ready for it. He sure was. Really aggressive swing right here. Good piece of hitting. The toe tap, gets the front foot down, gets that pitch in the zone, clears his hands, and drives it into left field, advancing the runner first and second, 1 out.
They call him Drake. David Alvarez now has an opportunity to drive in a couple of runs. Northwest Florida out of the gates, some action. You see Doug Martin in that third base coach's box. He's handling the business as the head coach over there. Austin Turner in the first base box. Alvarez, Canadian athlete from Toronto, went to St. Joan of Arc, a 2023 grad. Good fastball, dots the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Alvarez opening the season white hot. 9 of his first 14. Got 1 of each extra base hit as well. And just got a piece of that one. He's in the hole 0-2. Yeah, Alvarez has opened the season 9 for 14. A double, a triple, a homer, and and only 3 strikeouts. He is rolling.
Not a bad way to start. For a lot of these players, like anybody, when you start your season, you want to get your firsts out of the way. He's gotten his first, second, third, and more. But others just wanting to get on base, and get that first opportunity.
He was granted time. I heard a verbal call of time there. I think there was no pitch, so the count remains 0-2. I didn't see the hands go up. Did you?
Yeah, I didn't. No, I heard time, though. But as a hitter, he threw the fastball. So I wonder if he'll look for that fastball again or if he changes it up on a pitch that didn't count.
He didn't. He turned it over. It looked like a changeup that time, wasn't it?
Right. Interesting, right? So, and I think that's thinking along where the pitch didn't count, but you at least showed something. And as a hitter, I'm looking for that again, and he pulled the string on it.
What a great, unique tidbit and way to look at the game. Great stuff there, Steve. That's so cool. One and two, the count. It's funny watching him. He's very active. I mean, very active. Those hands, that's that timing mechanism. Until that right arm for the pitcher comes up, then he really quiets down.
Quiets down, right. Get that rhythm with the waggle, the bat wiggle. A lot of action and movement, but then you get still. Get to that launch position.
Got him a chase. There's that high fastball. Good changeup down a couple of pitches ago, I think, set that up. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, a pair of strikeouts, and he got a red-hot hitter out of the gates.
He sure did, and that's an important at-bat right there. And, that high fastball, sometimes just trying to do a little bit too much, and understand why. Now, coming up, Henry Allen, home run for him yesterday in the game, and so a guy that did some damage.
Yeah, Allen, one of the 4 team home runs, as that one skips onto the backstop with a wild pitch. Now a single with 2 outs really will hurt. We know him very, very well, Henry Allen. There is a lot of talent out of Auburn, Alabama. Exposure, his travel team. He wants to go to Grand Junction and win it all. He's the son of Hank and Doe Allen, and the younger brother to Emily and Bricken, his sisters, his older sisters, won a state championship as a high school player. 2-0 the count.
Very good take right there. We've seen so many hitters swing at that high fastball, and he realizes it's very difficult to get on top of that. So if he can't hit it, take it.
Pulls the hands in, hugs the line, down the line it goes, toward the corner. And a beautiful swing that time for Allen. And we'll do it again, just a little bit foul. And you saw the hands go up and the trots for the base runners as they slowed it down.
Tried to pull his hands through, just got around it just a little bit. Knocking it foul. Good piece on it, though.
Not a bad 2-0 pitch if you look back on that result. Breaking ball. He's left a few up, and that one goes back to the screen. You'll take that strike, too, any day of the week.
You will. I tell you, though, Henry Allen's got a good swing. Really good swing. Strong, athletic young man. Looks like a ball player. Looks very hitterish in the box.
Yeah, we saw him at PG National Showcase a couple of years ago, did big things as he takes a breaking ball away. You look back on his journey back in 2023 to Steve's point, and this was as a high school junior, had an exit velocity of 98. You see that big strength, 6'3", about 220 pounds. He still ran a 6'9", 60. Threw the ball hard, 90 miles an hour from the outfield. We've seen him for a long time. Good take on a 2-seamer down. Bases loaded.
Yeah, really good at bat right there. And again, sometimes as a young hitter, you got runners in scoring position, you get a little anxious, and sometimes you have to pass the baton, right? Don't try to do too much. Take what they give you, but if you don't, be that teammate, just keep the line moving.
Ira Jeffries Harris out of Atlanta, Georgia. Another left-handed bat for Howard to deal with. And that high fastball, not quite as enticing as he wants it to be. 1-0 the count. Ira's about 19 and a half years old. 2024 grad, so a true freshman playing junior college baseball. Played at a ton of PG events. Line drive right side. Skips that one on through. 1 run will score. They'll tell him to slide at the plate, sliding in safely. A 2-out RBI for Ira Jeffries-Harris. Northwest Florida leads it 2-0.
A good piece of hitting. Low ball hitter, right? Left-handed hitter, low ball hitter. Got a ball down to the zone a little bit. Got the bat to it, ripped it into right field. A nice job in right field by Swiderski to come get it. And a strong throw to the plate, just not in time, though, as we see Ginn sliding in safely.
So runners are on first and third. Oh, boy. It goes both ways, right? With 2-out RBIs. They're invigorating for the team that delivers them, and they're really painful for the team that gives them up. Matt Farner, his chance now. Matt, the shortstop. The Winter Park, Florida native takes a breaking ball that misses outside. He was a 2023 grad at Winter Park High School. Played for Coach Sid Cash when he was a high schooler. Experience and battled through some back problems in high school, and he said it taught me a lot. I kind of rebuilt my swing from the ground up, learned a lot about my body and the time I had out. My mind grew following the game. Steve, you don't want long-term injuries. Nobody does, but I think these younger athletes, if you can maximize learning the game, the other parts of your body that aren't injured, if you come through the other side, you maybe can be a better player.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's so underrated, though, when players are hurt is the mental part of it, right? You got to rehab and work your physical part back, but the mental part of sometimes feeling invisible because you can't really do anything can be really tough for young athletes and older athletes.
2-1, right back to the screen. He liked the looks of that one. Again, we're seeing fastballs that are touching 89. That's kind of on the high side. Changeup that's in the low 80s, and the breaking ball's in the mid-70s. Kind of a sweeping slider. A little bit of closed on that stance, just slightly closed. And when shot to the right side, you could see that Jackson Militello wanted that pitch down and in. His backstop is catcher.
Yeah, not quite hitting his spots, right? So there's command and then there's control. Control is throwing the ball in the strike zone instead of throwing a ball. So strikes versus balls, but command is throwing it within the strike zone where you want to put it. And that's where he's struggling a bit.
2-2, hit hard on the ground, sneaks right on through for a 2-out RBI, and they add on. It's 3-0, Northwest Florida. Coming out aggressive. They're patiently swinging at pitches that are in the zone and letting a lot of those that are on the fringes go.
Yeah, another low ball hitter right here. The pitch down in the zone, able to rip it in to left field. And, right now I think that Thomas Howard's just finding too much of the plate, right? Too much of the heart of the plate. And that's what happens when you fall behind in the count. You feel like you have to then throw it over, and hitters can take advantage of that.
Northwest Florida in those gray uniforms, bats in their hands. Out of Southern Illinois, John A. Logan College in the white uniforms. And these are their first games outside, where the southern states have been able to play a weekend prior to this. This is Cray Lott. Lott drafted out of high school. He is playing right field in this game. Lott from Valdosta, Georgia. 15th round pick of the Orioles back in 2023. Didn't want to, but he did on a breaking ball, 1-1.
But good-looking athlete, though, right? That body, very projectable. Scouts look at him and think as he fills out, gets stronger, gets his man body, he could be a specimen.
Out of the gates, 4 for 11 to open the season. He's got a home run as well. 1-1, line drive into center field for a base hit. The 2-out magic continues. And a beautiful swing of the bat. Again, a breaking ball up, and he exploded.
Yeah, hit it hard. and able to get the good part of the bat on the ball right there and drive it. And it looks like it was leaping play by Jaden Correa to try to make the play on it. Tipped off his glove, not able to hold it for long enough. I think he thought maybe he had it, and on the transfer, dropped it.
You're exactly right. That's why those hands were on his hips. Let's see this one more time.
So line drive right there, and Correa gets it and has it sort of snow-coned in his glove, and then it looked like the glove hit his thigh and the ball came out of it. And, then the debate is, did he have it for long enough? And did he have control of the baseball? It did feel like and look like it was moving around a little bit in his glove.
Well, that's a tough break, isn't it?
Sure is.
Matthew Keller, second baseman. High breaking ball, 1-0 the count. Zachary, Louisiana. Graduated as the number 5 second baseman in the state of Louisiana. Zachary High School back in 2023. The count is 2-0. 30 pitches here in the first inning for the Purdue commit, Thomas Howard. Right down the middle, 2-1 the count. It was a couple of years ago we got to see Matthew Keller play at that great event in Jupiter, Florida, the World Wood Bat Association World Championship. Played for Knights Nation, Louisiana-based team. Got the call, 2-2 the count.
Big pitch right here for Thomas Howard. I mean, working his way through all 9 batters in the first inning here, logging a lot of pitches. He needs to execute this one and get in the dugout.
Lets it travel deep, rolls it to the right side. Fielded out there by Briar Arview, who trots to the bag in time for the out. Northwest Florida State, number 2 team in the land a season ago. They have come out swinging the bats against the team from Southern Illinois. Ira Jeffries Harris delivers the first big blow in this one. Steve and I back for the bottom half. We'll meet John Logan offensively in just a moment.
You're going to have to be strong.
I believe you gotta rise before you can shine. That there is no agony worse than defeat.
The question is, does he have the bat speed? Does he have what it takes?
And an angel watches over me.
And swing it. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
I believe this will all be worth it.
And the next pick in the 2024 draft is...
Carterville, Illinois. That's Southern Illinois. You're much closer to St. Louis than you are Chicago if you're wondering where you're located. At John Logan, you can see their conference. And again, this is a school that has been to the World Series a couple of times. And they've won a few games along the way, but it's been 2 decades. They'd love to go back this year. John A. Logan College, some talent. And again, they're getting outside for the first time. The Southern school's a bit of an advantage. Weather's certainly a name to watch. We saw the athleticism of Jaden Correa. And the acting head coach is Patrick Morey. As they have a man down and a man under the weather. This is Sam Schmidt. He takes the rock and he rolls for this team. Athletic, and that's the one thing they talked about. There is size and presence, certainly for Sam. But he is out of Hoover, Alabama. Played for Coach Adam Mosley there. We know Coach Mosley, a really good guy. And he makes it simple, Steve, when he talks about who he is as a pitcher. Strong, electric fastball, cutter, changeup, energy, athleticism. That's how he describes himself.
Yeah, I see the energy and athleticism. I mean, he does. I mean, just the way he finishes. Good arm speed, too, when he finishes his pitches.
Meet Jaden Hart. In the middle of the batter's box he stands, and he takes a fastball outside. 1-0 the count. Hart's from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Graduated in 2023 from high school bearing the same city name. Played some travel ball for the Cincy Flames travel team. There's that cutter, 1-1 the count.
Now Schmidt going to try to keep Hart and Harlan, the first two hitters, off the bases. Both Hart and Harlan had 2 stolen bases in their game yesterday, so some speed at the top of the lineup.
A little zippy fastball. It does get on you quickly. First couple of pitches, 88, 89 miles an hour. Couple of hops out towards short. Matthew Farner gloves it off to his left, shoots it on across the diamond to Ginn. 1 away.
Yeah, Schmidt looks like an infielder pitching, right? Very athletic. It looks like he could bounce around out there, throwing strikes, repeatable delivery. And the ball was well hit right there, but nice play by Farner. Able to make the play. What I have been impressed with, I got to tell you, Darren, is the hustle down the line. Everybody running balls out here. And as an infielder, you've got to know the speed. If you don't know the player, expect that they can run and quickly get it out of your hand and get it over to first base.
Yeah, keep that pressure on. It's such a simple thing to talk about and a simple thing to do. I have a funky comp for you in just a moment, and you can shoot it down or tell me where I'm at for the athletic Sam Schmidt, as that one is inside, swung right through to Cruz Harlan. He's from Centralia, Illinois. He went to the high school in his hometown of Centralia, played for the Illinois Huskers. Scouts certainly on hand, organizations represented. High fastball. The letters are in play because that's strike 3. I love that call
high
as
at
a
the top
pitcher.
of the zone, and I think he thought that the hitter, obviously Harlan, thought that ball was a little bit up in the zone, but Schmidt got the call.
Roy Oswalt, what do you have for me?
Oh, yeah.
Roy
Love
Oswalt,
that.
are you with me at all?
Yes, good call right there. That's a good call. Oswalt always looked like that infielder on the mound, athletic.
I mean, he really, I don't know if he creates quite the extension that Oswalt created. I feel like Oswalt, albeit 5'10", created the extension of Shaq. As that one's back to the
He did have that long stride to the plate.
Yeah. And he
Schmidt's
is bouncy.
all business, though.
It's fun
Schmidt's
to
all
watch him work.
business.
He's bouncy.
Quick on the mound and gets the ball, gets back in there and just wants to attack the hitter.
Right here, our view. Pulls his hands in. That was the cutter. You think you're on it, then you're not because it's on your knuckles. Okay, Sam Schmidt, you announced your presence with authority. Athletic, bouncy on the mound, and just an up zip on that fastball. You and your team on top, 3-0. Up in the Panhandle, Northwest Florida, in Niceville, Florida. Program that is always to be respected, certainly. When it was born, it was Okaloosa Walton Junior College. For a couple of decades, name changes have come along, part of the Florida college system. Just a really, really good school and obviously a wonderful choice. Undergrads, junior college, about 5,000 students. That's about the size of Northwest Florida. We get to see Tristan Biddle hit again. He singled and scored. Came along with the 2-out RBI from Ira Jeffries Harris back in the first inning. They sent all 9 to the plate. Steve Phillips, Darren Sutton, glad to have you on another spectacular day in Panama City Beach, Florida. Right to work. That's a good sign. Fastball rolled foul, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, I think for Thomas Howard, obviously tough first inning, right? Not what he wanted. But, this is about regrouping. You can't go back and change that inning. And, this is growth and development. And now make some adjustments, get yourself calmed down, and get back on track.
That's how you do so. No balls and 2 strikes to count to the son of Tucker and Crystal Howard. His dad played college baseball at Chipola his freshman year, played at Lincoln Trail as well, then went on to play at Louisville. As that one is served into right center field, got it down off the end of the bat. Turned his back on it for just a moment, then hauled it in. The right fielder, Trey Swiderski. Swiderski, we saw, as Steve told us, showed a really good arm last inning.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that ball traveled more than I thought it was going to off the bat. I thought he got off the end of the bat, but that actually went pretty deep out in the right center, and Swiderski having to run it down in the gap, but able to make the play.
Augusto, he struck out back in the first inning as he takes a breaking ball outside. So the work on the mound of Sam Schmidt ticked up. The fastball started at 88. By the time he was done going 1-2-3 on the mound for Northwest Florida, he was at 92. This big right-hander is hung around the high 80s, and that one squares him up at about 88 miles an hour, right between the shoulder blades.
He's a catcher. When Jarrieta, he's a catcher. He'll shake it off. Don't rub it.
Oof.
That's going to leave a mark, though. And hopefully he seems like he's okay, shaking it off a little bit. Yeah, that's a tough spot to get there, right in the middle of the back, it looked like.
That's that next day tomorrow when you reach to grab your toothbrush off the counter, You feel it, doing everything you do. He's now a base runner, and right at the knees, strike one to Hudson Ginn. It was Ginn extending the inning. He singled with 1 out. The Northwest Florida first baseman. Oh, 0-2 the count. Jumps right back ahead.
Now he threw 2 pitches down in the zone there, right, to work ahead. And now this is where I would change the eye level. Now is where you throw that high four-seam fastball to get him to chase.
He's cleaned up his approach a little bit over the last 12 months, speaking of Ginn. He says, I've cleaned up my direction. I've added a toe tap for timing. I'm working on driving the ball to right center field. That's what he's really focused on. Right now, he's just trying to survive, though, down 0-2.
Well, he went up there in the zone, but give Ginn credit, able to get a piece of it to stay alive. I might go even up a little higher now, higher than high, to see if I can get him to chase.
Wraps that bat behind his helmet. A hanging breaking ball is popped up. Militello will take a look, and he runs out of space. And this
saw a shot earlier of all the scouts at the game there, and plenty of them there, and getting early looks at players. That's the thing is you want to get a look at the guys you saw last year, and then get a look early, and then they'll come back and obviously see a lot of these players again later this year.
Rolled out fair. Long throw across the diamond. And he legs that one out. Not a bad pitch. That's what's frustrating. Howard made his pitch there. An uncomfortable piece of contact, but again, running hard every time.
Well, big hop right there. So, Weathers at third base has to wait for the ball to come down. And it's one of those ones, it's really hard to get your footwork going toward first base when you're waiting for that ball to come down after the high chopper right there. Not able to get enough on the throw.
David Alvarez lifts that one, hugging the left field line. The ball's carrying today. That's just shy of the track. That's 2 in this inning that have gone further than I thought. Alvarez flies out to left. Weingrad makes the play. They call him Hank from the dugout, Henry Allen. He gets such a unique roster mix at the junior college level. Hank, as they call him, drives that one toward left center field. And all the way out of here. He can jog around the bases. Henry Allen Allen with a 3-run home run in Northwest Florida, the Thunder today.
Boy, I really like him. He's got a great approach at the plate. He had good, soft patience, taking pitches in his first at-bat, waiting for something to hit, and then jumping all over that pitch up in the zone right there and driving it, creating that backspin. He's got strength, he's got size, he's got athleticism, and that ability to adapt and adjust at home plate. Really nice-looking player.
Yeah, what a talented athlete. The celebration out front of the dugout. 6-0, Northwest Florida State on top. Ira swings right through that zippy fastball. 0-1 the count on Ira Jeffries Harris. Doug Martin, 17th season as the head coach of Northwest Florida State, has built an explosive roster this year. Ira, he's going to enjoy it as it drives toward right field and disappears into the trees. 7-0. Oh, my.
Wow. That was some easy power, too. And able to pull his hands inside, keep the hands inside the baseball, and drive it. Wow. Look at that right there. Pulls the hands through, rotates the bottom half in the swing. Beautiful, easy, great balance at the plate. He wasn't falling all over himself. Wow. That's a good-looking swing.
Right back to work with the breaking ball. Again, for Howard, the Purdue commit, this is, first trot out of the gates for him, and you just keep on working. These are the outings where if you're the one or two on the team, you're out there to learn now. It's not how you designed it. It's not how you set it up or wanted it to be. As that one settles into the glove of the center fielder, Jaden Hart. Henry Allen left the yard, and it was crushed from the right side. And Ira Jeffries Harris did the same. There's Allen getting that foot down, exploding through the baseball. That was from the right side. And then on the other side, it was Jeffries Harris crushing the baseball. Doug Martin's team ready to roll. You're in beautiful Panama City Beach.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming way hard it hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. I'm in the big leagues, told her don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when they throwin' the fastball. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in the black whip. Got old problems with a friends new.
Phillips and Sutton and you're enjoying college baseball. That's right, the season is upon us at the Visit Panama City Beach College Baseball Classic. A great start for Northwest Florida State. They lead it by a score of 7-0. They put it back in the hands of the athletic and talented Sam Schmidt with that lead. But let's watch some talented hitters hit on the other side. First up, Trey Swiderski out of Mokena, Illinois. Went to Joliet Catholic Academy. As he takes a fastball over the outside. 0-1 the count to the man who played travel ball for the Cangelosi Sparks.
Big home run yesterday for Trey.
Pounds that one onto the ground, waiting for it to land, and rushing it on across the diamond is Allen. And a nice play by Henry.
Nice job by Houston Ginn at first base, too. Been able to get that one out of the dirt.
Austin Wygand out of Eureka, Illinois. 2023 grad. Travel ball for the Illinois Steel. Got the corner that time. Well, if you're getting letters and getting that, it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, I mean, he's just pounding the strike zone. And listen, when you have a big lead like that, that's what you want to do. Just throw strikes, make them beat you.
1-1 the count. Kevin and Lindsay, his parents. Wygan. Like all of these athletes in both dugouts, he aspires to be a professional as soon as he can. As he hits a high pop-up. Easy chance for Biddle in center field. It lands in his glove. 2 outs in the inning. That's the first ball lifted in the air here in the second inning. The stuff kind of profiles ground ball, two-seamer and cutter. You think you're on it, Steve, but then it has that late movement from both sides.
Right, just gets it off the sweet spot on the bat when you think you're going to center it up. And so when you start to swing, you've got to anticipate the movement to be able to get it in the right spot.
Gosh, that seems so tough to do.
It really is.
I mean, when you're looking at 90, 91, 92 miles an hour, along with, anticipating movement like that. Well, what do you do with that? That was a ball the entire time until the last moment.
Yeah, it's a pitcher's pitch, and toughest thing to do in sports is to use a round bat to hit a round ball at 95.
Jonah Weathers fouls that one that takes down Mungarietta and Augusto. He says, look, I got squared up in the back. What are you doing to me now?
Yeah, it's tough. Catcher, it's tough being a catcher.
Oh.
The wear and tear of squatting down in the knees and what it does, the foul tips that always take out a pound of flesh. Then you get up there and hit. You get hit with a pitch as well. And at some point you think it's not fair, right? It's not right.
This is a talented hitter in Jonah Weathers. He's a Chicagoland man. He spoils a pitch off the plate. Good job there. He played for the really great program, that White Sox Ace program on the south side, a well-respected travel ball group. The White Sox, the major league team behind those efforts in the city. Chops that one. Another one on the ground. Matthew Keller nearly pulled him off the bag, but we see Ginn athletically moving around just fine. Speaking of athletes, that man is one. Sam Schmidt and his squad on top by a score of 7-0 by the beach in Florida. Panama City Beach, Florida, and a chance to meet a new member of this John A. Logan College team, the Volunteers. This is a man out of Maysville, Kentucky. Meet Elijah Porter, or Eli as he goes by. Southpaw shares with us about who he is as a pitcher. Top 10 pitcher in Kentucky at his position. Talks about Steve commanding both sides of the plate fastball, a little bit of arm side run. Big breaking ball between 69 and 72 miles an hour, and then a changeup as well.
Like how he works his way down the mound. He's got a long stride. He was not a real big guy, physical presence, 5'10", but he gets down the mound with that delivery and his extension toward home plate.
Said he chose his program. He said the connections with the Division I schools for my program, and they contacted me, seemed very strong. All the schools that were interested in me at the Division I level said, hey, go develop it at Logan. We'll keep an eye on you. And he said the facilities and all the gear for being a JUCO is like no other. So he's proud of wearing this uniform. And he's just trying to stop the momentum for Northwest Florida. who's kind of playing today like they could hang around the SEC or ACC the way they're showing their stuff.
They are swinging the bats, aren't they?
Yeah, and then on the other side, Sam's just firing strikes. Pitcher Sam Schmidt. Good-looking gray uniforms, sharp white uniforms. The players look great today. I think it's just the joy of seeing college baseball. As that one is fouled back. Cray Lott, he singled back in the first inning. You're talking about the projectability when you look at Lott, that high-waisted athlete. Those legs seem like they go on forever.
Yeah, very projectable body for Lott. You can understand why the Orioles would have taken him in the 15th round.
Good zippity-zip on that fastball. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some deception with Porter because, he does get down the mound and the release point's closer than you think. And I think that fastball looks a little quicker than it is.
There's a breaking ball. Got underneath that one, elbow below it. 2-2 the count. Go check out perfectgame.org. Brand new article on the top 500 players in all of junior college baseball. Projectable athletes. Lot number 204. So he earned the right to be on that list, but couldn't catch up with that heater. Strike three.
Yeah, good pitch. And, right so far, Porter can't really get the breaking ball over, but he's got enough on the fastball that when he shows the breaking ball, he's got the hitters in between. It got a lot of little between. They're able to run that fastball by him up in the zone.
Matthew Keller, big hanging leg kick, laid on that one. 0-1 the count. So we're looking at about, Steve, 87, 88 miles an hour. As you said, deceptive, though. At that time, great piece of hitting. To the right side it goes. Let it travel deep into his stance and just scalded it.
Yeah, got the ball down in the zone a little bit to where he could handle it and out over the plate. And to your point, doesn't try to do too much. He hits it where it's pitched, driving it to right field. Excellent approach.
That's what a 9-hole hitter does, though. You love when your number 9 hitter just flips that lineup right back to the top. See if they can get some action going again. Tristan Biddle would love that. Took right down the middle, snap throw to first, back in plenty of time. Biddle singled and scored a run. Inning 1. Inning 2, he flied to right field. Porter, a true freshman, just missed down and in. He wants to complete his associate's degree. Would love to transfer to a Power 5 school. When it's all said and done, he'd love to get his master's in kinesiology and begin a career in that field, unless he can earn a paycheck playing baseball. Time will tell. Skied, right center field. Put away out there by Jaden Hart, who trickled over. 2 outs in the inning.
Good communication in the outfield right there. Jaden Hart calling off Swiderski, and Swiderski gives him the space he needs to make the play.
Mungarietta struck out, was hit by the pitch. Doing a nice job on the dance back and forth with his pitcher, Sam Schmidt. Gets a chance to hit again, pulls the hands in. 0-1 the count. That one's foul. Augie, they're calling him from the dugout. As Augusto rolls that one foul.
Good pitch inside right there, trying to speed him up a little bit. Now that changeup away could be a very effective swing and miss pitch.
Mungarietta is from Carabobo in Venezuela. He is committed to go to Kansas. Breaking ball right down the middle, throw on down, doesn't matter. Couldn't find that breaking ball until the very last pitch of the inning, and that was a perfect time to split the plate with it. A 0 up on the board, the first one of the day, put out there by John A. Logan defensively, but Northwest Florida stayed on top, 7-0.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no else, gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
At Panama City Beach, 27 miles of white sand, gorgeous turquoise waters, and sunsets you'll never forget are just the beginning. Here, your family can vacation the way they want. Whether your style is go, 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 or just take it slow, this is where you can be you. Have an adventure, ride the waves, eat the perfect meal, or relax until the sun goes down. Panama City Beach. Make it yours at the Real Fun Beach.
So the high school season kicks off in style later this month. We'll bring you the SoCal Showdown, some of the very best players in the country, and the nation's #1 team, Corona High School. For the first time, this 2-week tournament will be broadcast live, and we will bring it to you on Perfect Game TV. Join us from Corona, California, on February 22nd for the SoCal Showdown, only on Perfect Game TV. Get the app, by the way. If you're watching on your laptop, get the app. Put it on your smart TV. We're glad that you travel around with us with your laptop or on your PC and watch us that way, but you want the app. That's the best way. You can throw it on your phone. You can put it on, like Steve has that 130-inch smart TV. You can do that. That's how you watch these games. Takes up an entire wall of his man cave. Jay Nomer is the designated hitter. He just wants to get a look at Sam, so he squares the bunt and fouls it off. J.O. from Indianapolis. Graduated from Brebeuf Jesuit Prep in 2023. Well, looked like he went around on that one. Pretty good pitch. Cutter.
Trying to bunt his way on in that first pitch. And right now, you need base runners any way you can get them at this point. Just try to get traffic.
2-1 the count to Jaden. His mom is Jessica. His younger siblings are Jackson and Jet. As that one played on a backhand. He's by a strong single mom. He makes it clear what his long-term goal is, and he says it very, boy, it's cool when you read it. What's one of your long-term goals? Retire my mom.
Oh.
Right? I mean, how cool is that as he takes ball 4? For all she sacrificed for me and my brothers, I want to earn enough to retire my mom.
That's fantastic. Good for you. Earning a walk, and I was going to say, now we can maybe see Schmidt out of the stretch, but he pitches out of the stretch all the time.
That's right.
So the rhythm he's in has been out of the stretch position for the entire game, so getting a runner on doesn't necessarily disrupt or change the mechanics up at all.
You'll see very few starting pitchers do that at the upper levels. You will see more relievers, correct?
Yeah. There are some that if they're working on things or if they get too much action and movement, their body races out in front and their arm drags behind, that sometimes pitching coaches will get you from the stretch.
Jaden Correa takes outside, 2-0 the count. From Chicago, De La Salle Institute grad in 2023, played his travel ball for Top Tier, the American roster.
Remember back in the day, Greg Maddux would always throw his bullpen sessions from the stretch position. And the reason was, he said, I want to practice more the most important pitches I have to throw in the game. And the most important pitches I have to throw in the game are when there's runners on base. And so he went on his side sessions between starts, would throw almost exclusively from the stretch because he thought that's where I need to do the most work in practice so that I'm ready for those situations when I get in the game.
Well, if you think about it athletically, that makes so much sense. Brad Powell, the pitching coach, just made the visit. One of the best in the country at this level. Last season, his team going to Grand Junction. Top 20 pitching staff in the country under Powell's watchful eye. You know what I think, Steve? He talked about it. Look, he was in the stretch the entire time, stayed in the stretch. I just think he didn't like that the first two pitches being balls. He said, let me go out here and just preemptory strike and see if I can get him back on track.
Absolutely. It's the right visit. I mean, you think, oh, it's 7-0, what's the big deal? But it's 7-0. You don't want to walk about it and then go 2 on the next guy, sort of regrouping, refocusing, and even worrying about the base runners right now. Go at the hitters. Just think about get hitters out, attack them. Don't give them extra base runners, extra outs. Just go at them. Keep your fielders in the game behind you. Let your defense make plays.
Correa with that closed-up stance. That one over the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Milton and Charlena, his parents. Speaking of Correa, twitchy, athletic infielder. A little smooth and quick. Just off the plate.
He sort of questioned the strike before that, and then I thought, umpires don't always love that. I mean, he did it fine, but that was a little further off the plate, but I thought maybe he might get a called strike there, but he did.
Pretty close at first. So it's interesting, Steve, we're seeing those pitches as the bag pops free there over at first. Everything with that late movement, one more time here.
He was leaning a little bit right there, it looked like. Quick feet from Schmidt on the pickoff attempt.
So athletic, not a big surprise that his move would be a good move as well. Anyhow, we're seeing that ball cut away from a right-handed hitter. And the command betrays him a little bit, maybe too much run, too much cut. I mean, the fastball velo is like 89 to 91 this inning, so he hasn't had a dip in velo. He's just proving to be, dare I say, human.
Yeah, how dare he?
He didn't look human in the first 2 innings.
He did not, no, but he looked machine-like those first couple innings. But, now it's a chance to regroup and get himself back on track. Make that adjustment.
And what we've learned watching him, uncomfortable contact, he doesn't shy away from it. He's not always chasing the swing and miss, and when he does get that contact, it's going to be a ground ball in all likelihood. The catcher, Jackson Militello, with a big opportunity to wake up the Logan offense now and do some damage.
Militello from Howell, Michigan, up my neck of the woods. Grew up in Detroit and went to school in Ann Arbor. My brothers and mom live out in East Lansing, and Howell's, between Ann Arbor, Michigan, and East Lansing, Michigan.
Ready for that one. Line drive down the left field line. Logan on the move. Kicks around off the wall out there and left. Alvarez finally gets it back in. John A. Logan on the board. The number 9 hitter, Militello, the Michigan man with a base hit.
Yeah, got a pitch he could pull down the line. Sort of tailing back inside on him, able to pull the hands through to keep the bat head inside the ball to drive it into the corner. When you fall behind and hitters can sit on your fastball, they can drive it right there. Nice level swing, drive of the ball down into the corner. Good piece of hitting right there. Picking up a run, getting his team on the board, and a bit of a rally right now.
Took 91 and turned it right around. Correa is at second. Militello is at first. And a quick strike to Jaden Hart, who grounded out to short his first time up. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to count. William and Jennifer Hart's parents. Younger sibling is Preston, who's 15. Older, Xavier, who's 21. And that one's outside. His brother Xavier, a college baseball player as well. Outside. Kind of a different look from this dugout.
Sam Schmidt battling himself a little bit right now.
Didn't square that one up. Hangs up in center field long enough for Biddle to run it down, and that will play to run. Sacrifice fly and an RBI.
Boy, the ball really is carrying, isn't it? More than I would think. I didn't think he hit that as flush as that ball carried. As you know, we see Tristan Biddle going backwards in the outfield to go run that one down. He looked like he had to cut his swing off a little bit, got jammed some, but Biddle having to go back some on that ball to be able to field it and make a play. Nice job adjusting, reacting to it, but good piece of hitting right there by Hart picking up the sacrifice fly.
Well, you'd love one more. Let's get greedy is what you're saying at this point as that one dives down and away. You got that runner out there. You have one out. Cruz Harlan with a chance to drive him in. Cruz struck out looking back in the first inning. On a pitch similar to that, but even a little bit higher. Took a letter-high fastball that he thought was up on 0-2. Harlan, the son of Molly and Derek. Dad played college baseball at Quincy University. Wow, got an extension there. The extended corner, 1-2. Waves right through. Looked like a slider right under his hands, if not the cutter. Strike three.
Well executed pitch right there. You know, Mungarietta behind the plate set up right inside on that spot. They came inside on the pitch before, and they set up right inside again. Well executed. Threw it right to the glove, and that's where you have a hole in the swing right there for Cruz Harlan. He just can't get to that hole up and in as a left-handed hitter.
And that was a slider, 82 miles an hour. He goes back to the same spot. It's hit on the ground, off-balance throw. Beautiful contact because it moves the runner on, and he is on. Got it just enough. Briar Arview with a base hit.
Nice try by Matthew Keller. That ball up the middle. Tough play as you range to your right as a second baseman. Backhand it and then have to try to turn and make the play. You see the ground ball up the middle there, going to get it. And that's a backhand. It's kind of a do or die. It's hard to get your feet set to get anything on that throw. Good hustle down the line by Arview as well to pick up the single.
Chance for some two-out magic. Trey Swiderski. 0-1 the count. First pitch fastball. Some late tail. Grabs that outside corner to the native of Joliet, Illinois. Good pitch, 0-2.
Now, got to be careful here. Swiderski, you make a mistake, he's got some real power. Home run in the game yesterday, and he's got some strength to him, so you don't want anything too fine right here. And also, Mungarietta going to have to block a ball in the dirt. Going high with the fastball.
Yeah, higher than high that time. Really didn't tempt him at all. When he talks about it, Trey, who he is as a hitter, he says, I have the ability to go deep left center field or right center field, and I actually have more power to right field. What are the benefits and the pitfalls, Steve Phillips, of having a closed stance in your mind?
Yeah, well, I think it locks you up sometimes on the inside pitch, and we saw Mungarietta doing a good job behind the plate. They tried to come in right there on him to jam him a little bit, knowing with that strength he likes the ball out over the plate.
He kind of shared that in saying that he believes his power is more prevalent to right field. That's, I guess, taking advantage of that closed stance as well.
Right.
1-2 the count.
Going back inside.
Well, he got it there, too. Great spin on that fastball. It got to home plate and just jumped. Big strikeout. But good to see Logan. The bats for the men out of Southern Illinois are awake. It's 7-2. Glad to have you hanging out with us on Perfect Game TV, the future of the game. Steve Phillips, Darren Sutton, and you. All of the select national championships coming up. And, of course, we'll be there bringing you the title games at the 14, 15, 16, 17 age groups from Dalton, Georgia to Tomball, Texas. And, again, visit perfectgame.org. They have really upped their game, Perfect Game, when you visit the site on signing up your team. That's the other reason we share that for you. If your travel team has not filled out their calendar, it's really user-friendly now for you coaches and those that run programs. Visit perfectgame.org. Meantime, bit of a ball game now. You can feel that with, kind of the foot on your neck is what was trying to go on with Northwest Florida, but a nice punch back from John A. Logan. And this left-hander found that breaking ball at least once or twice last inning. This Eli Porter against Hudson Ginn, who's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored.
Well, for Porter, it's his first time out this year and trying to find his way through, and had a long time sitting on the bench for that half inning as well, so has to get himself back on track coming out here.
That's how you do it. You get a hitter's count 2-0, and then you bury a fastball in and off the plate. Get that uncomfortable contact to the 3-hole hitter in Ginn. Hudson fouls that one off.
Darren, between yesterday and today, one of the things I've been impressed by is the willingness for pitchers to pitch inside. Because forever with aluminum bats, pitchers have always avoided it, thinking if I jam someone, they can still get a base hit, so I want to just work away. But coming in is so critical. Did it again right there. Tied him up to where he just can't quite get his hands inside.
Steve, it's not always easy to get to that glove side in, is it?
It's not. I mean, a lot of that's just mechanics for young pitchers.
Missed with a break. And I think the fear of missing, right? Either missing where you hit the batter or missing middle.
Right. They think I'm going to throw in and then I miss and it leaks back out over the plate or end up hitting somebody. But it's such an effective pitch coming in here again. And there you have it, Darren.
There's your fear, right? Coming to life.
Yeah, just as you said. But it's something you have to learn to do, and this is the place to learn how to do it.
And we're talking about Ginn, the danger, the power in the bat. It was a couple of years ago. As a matter of fact, 2021, Hudson Ginn came to Perfect Game's Junior National Showcase. So it was after his sophomore year. The metrics were kind of crazy. He had a 6.7 60 again after his sophomore year and had an exit velo of 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
Here's David Alvarez. David 0 for 2. No pitch. I guess time was called or a baseball leaked out onto the field.
Eli Porter okay with that since it was a ball. But it was a fastball.
There's another one. Another foul ball snuck out. That'll happen at a quad. You could be at a quad in a setting like this at this gorgeous complex or at a major league spring training complex.
Sure.
You get the foul balls or foul balls. Oh, and 1 the count. Alvarez, 20-plus years old. Pretty good pitch, good take.
Porter, interesting as a left-handed pitcher on the third base side of the rubber. And I wonder if at some point they'll try to experiment with him going over to the other side, which makes him that much more effective against left-handed hitters.
1-2 the count.
I know for me as a left-handed hitter coming up in the minor leagues, lefty pitchers that were on the first base side of the rubber where the ball feels like it's coming out of right field into you makes it so tough to hit.
That makes a lot of sense. Add some impact, too, to that breaking ball in the same way.
They throw it right at your head, and then it breaks down in the zone and gets you to flinch. I still have nightmares about those breaking balls.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. For now, he's on the third base side of the rubber, and he deals a fastball. That worked. Stayed on the outer half, got a swing and a miss, and Alvarez goes down on strikes. This is Henry Allen. This was crushed Steve Phillips.
They call him Hank, and Hank the Tank drives one out of the ballpark, got a pitch up in the zone. He's got some legitimate raw power and strength and athleticism. Love how he uncoils at the plate.
Good looking off-speed pitch. Good take down and away. Boy, you got to be on balance to not offer at that pitch.
He really has a great eye at the plate. He has balance at the plate, strength. He gets that front foot down early enough.
There's that pitch tunneling it in.
That's a pitcher's pitch, so as a hitter, you don't mind taking that one.
One, got the breaking ball there. 1-2 the count to the man perfect game ranked on its JUCO prospect list at 231. Waited as long as he could on that breaking ball and fouled it off.
Yeah, they're trying to bury that down to the back foot, right? To Allen's back foot. That you see that a lot in the major leagues. The pitcher throwing that breaking ball starts in the zone and breaks down to the back foot, but he keeps leaving it over the plate a little bit.
Pretty good take. A couple of years ago, Allen, during his travel ball years, played in 21 perfect game events back in 2023. He's a really impactful player. 22 RBI, slugged 600 during that time. Good pitch, but an even better take. What do you do with that?
I completely agree. Both those. That was an excellent pitch, no question, by Porter. I don't know that I go inside here another time. I think I'm going away right now with something a little bit softer.
Drives that one toward right center field. Allen let it travel. Into the air it goes, and it hangs up long enough for Jaden Hart to run it down. Well, we saw the swing of Henry Allen, and then there was this swing into the trees and right.
Boy, that's a beautiful low ball hitter right there. And I'll tell you what, just driving it out of the ballpark. And Ira Jeffries Harris, and that is some legitimate power. You know, left-handed hitters like that ball down to the zone. Switch hitter here as well now, turning around from the other side.
And
Love
flips it on over and takes a pitch down and in. He's been a switch hitter all along the way, an infielder by trade. 19 and a half years old, was 18 when he graduated from North Atlanta High School. And the count is 1-1.
Well, the value of switch hitters, I see it at the major league level that, to have an option, a weapon like that in your lineup where the other manager can't game plan against you because you can just flip around to the other side if they want to bring in a reliever.
He was ready. Hits it hard toward the alley in left field. Drops that one in there. He's got a homer from the left side and a single from the right. Ira Jeffries Harris.
Good quick hands and the wrist on this. Watch him finish with the wrist on this swing right here. Bow. Getting the bat to the ball, starting the swing. The hips lead the hands, and then the hands come whipping through, and he just flicks the wrist and drives it into left center field.
He played at the World Wood Bat Association Championship, the World Championship in Jupiter a couple of years ago. He was 5 for 9 at that event for the Royal Scout team. It's like the ultimate Travel Bowl senior heavy event, and he was dominant. Continuing now in college. Here's Matt Farner. Singled in a run back in the first inning and flied to center field in the second. Yeah. 1-1. Matt, the son of Ed and Cecilia. And the big brother to Madison. She's 17 years old. Good changeup, 1-2.
Really good pitch right there. And that's, that is so effective for a left-hander right there. If you could throw the fastball inside, and what it does to the hitter in his mind, he thinks, I've got to speed up to get to that pitch. I've got to open up a little bit. And as soon as he opens with that front shoulder, if you have that changeup you can throw away, it becomes beyond the extension of the bat, and you can get a swing and a miss, or you get them roll over on it for a ground out.
Ready for it that time. Same pitch. What's the difference, you might wonder? Fastball's 88, and the last two changeups, 79. Really good take a moment ago. 2-2. Makes that fastball look like it has more giddy up, right in on the hands, hugging the line, and it drops foul. They tied him up nicely. Farner's a big Rays fan. Favorite player he loves to watch is Willie Adames.
Not a bad guy to look up to.
Breaking ball, left field. And a good breaking ball. As Wiegand puts that one away. Couple of base runners, a little bit of traffic, but a nice job. Back-to-back scoreless frames from this left-hander, Eli Porter. Meantime, his team climbing back in.
Wow. Oh, you feel brand new. That's crazy. I feel no pain, nothing. That's like crazy. Zero pain, zero.
That's crazy, dude.
Like, I can't feel my traps anymore because they've been going and they're super loose now. But my legs, it almost feels like somebody's just like, bump, bump, bump. It feels like you're getting a massage, free massage.
Shoes might grow, no better way to go.
Back of the yard, and a beautiful yard it is. Those white sandy beaches are just a about a mile or so away. Amazing restaurants here in town, too. This has turned into one of amateur baseball's great destinations in the United States. And these junior colleges are excited to, go watch one another, different than, traveling to a city and doing a small stadium event. This is fun. They can go watch their foes play when they're in between games and get all these games in. And scouts, as you said, Steve, how important this is for talent evaluators to be in one place to see this much talent.
Early on, get a read on some of these players that they saw a year ago, watching their growth and development?
Want to know the count on Austin Wiegand? Fly to center field. Pulls the hands in, tries to pull that one, but it tied him up. He lifts that one to the left center field wall. What a great approach. Let it travel, had those hands in, and then drove it into the alley.
I remember we had a hitting coach, Tom McCraw, who always used to talk. He'd interview all kinds of hitters, and they all had that approach right there. He would interview Willie Stargell, Willie Mays, Tony Perez, Hank Aaron, and they would all talk about hitting, and they all said when they first were developing, they were all about driving it to the other field. So if you're a left-handed hitter, driving it to left center field. A right-handed hitter, drive it to right center field. You can learn how to pull, but the idea is stay on the baseball, drive it the other way, and then make the adjustment to pull. And that's what we saw Wiegand right there taking advantage of.
So a move to the pen. Doug Martin out there is going to make a change. It looks like Brian Rincones, young talented athlete out of Aruba. What a bright future for Sam Schmidt. And so Rincones will go to work.
Other thing to remember is guys just run out of gas a little bit. First outings and just trying to get their legs underneath them.
Those of you finding us for the first time here on Perfect Game TV, where have you been? Welcome to the Amateur Baseball Party. We are the home of amateur baseball, 24/7, 365. Live games, athlete features, documentaries, moving documentaries, future stars shining bright today, only on Perfect Game TV. Scan the QR code right there. Download the free app. Watch us wherever you go. Perfect Game TV. We are the home of amateur baseball. There's a right-hander. 6 foot, 185. Orange Estad in Aruba. Came up and played at the TN XL Academy. Ryan Jalen Rincones.
Remember, there was a period of time, I think the Orioles had 3 players on the major league team from Aruba. I think Sidney Ponson, was it Calvin Maduro and Camara Barti? I think they were all from Aruba. And It's such a small island, too. To think that you're developing Major League Baseball players out of there, it's pretty remarkable.
His dad is Elwin. His mom is Junita. We were telling you about that great high school tournament coming up on Perfect Game TV at the end of the month from Southern California. I want to remind everyone that we at Perfect Game and Perfect Game TV are excited to announce that the 25-game high school schedule this winter and spring can be seen on the NFHS network from Florida to California, PGTV, and the National Federation of High Schools have you covered. So great partnership there. Proud to trot that one out. And again, a robust schedule this year. Really proud of what we've been able to put together. Leadership of Jim Jenks there and a lot of great relationships. A lot of high school baseball this year. Ready for it. Line drive center field. Down for a base hit. Hello, Jonah Weathers. He liked what he saw.
Love the aggressiveness right there, jumping on the pitch. Good launch position, gets the front foot down, level to the baseball. Good piece of hitting right there. Good base running as well. As we get understanding that line drive, you got to freeze. You don't want to get doubled off in case it gets caught by the second baseman.
So it's J.O. time now. Nobody out. Runners on first and third. Breaking ball drops over the outside corner. Jaden Omer. Started all throughout high school. Varsity player all 4 years. Played varsity football his sophomore year and his senior year. Where do you stand on the multiple sport athlete, Steve Phillips?
I'm all about it. I am all about it. I think that for your body, for the development, for all of the different attributes you can learn from every sport teaches you something different. You know, there's something about football where you push through to the point where it hurts and you learn you can keep going. It tests your limits. Basketball is about the teamwork, thinking on your feet, the quickness of it all. Baseball, learning how to deal with success, learning how to deal with failure. They all develop the person a little bit differently.
Nice job. Can they turn two? On to first. Wow, what a play. And he still looked the runner back to third, who is frozen on the bag. Huge.
Yeah, that's huge. Now, generally, you know, when you've got a 7-2 lead, just get the double play and sacrifice the run, right? You'll trade a double play for the runs. But the fact that he was able to look him back and got him diving back to third base, excellent job right there with that. And then going to second with a quick release and a strong throw from Farner to get the double play.
Yeah, a lot of that was Farner coming right across the bag. And nice big stretch by Ginn, the first baseman. And you made the best point when you saw that replay. He actually got him to dive back, so that all bets were off at that point. Jaden Correa looking for a 2-out RBI. I love watching hitters when we have that side swing, and you know, you young hitters out there, you grip the bat tighter and tighter. I love it when you see an older hitter getting comfortable. Those hands are just kind of cradling the bat. They're not gripping it tight at all. Index finger comes up. That one is high.
Yeah, I had a hard time with that as a player. I was a trier, and so that meant grip the bat tighter, swing harder. You know, it was about, and it's not about effort, right? It's about concentration. It's intensity without tension.
But much like the sport of golf, that's easier said than done, you know?
Yeah, I'm a trier in golf, too. I go home exhausted after every round. Sore muscles and everything. I have swung harder, and hardest.
Offered at that one. Just a little bit of giddy up at the plate, so the count is 3-2. A little bit of late run there. 7-2 the score. Northwest Florida State on top. John A. Logan College out of Southern Illinois. We're in Panama City Beach, Florida. Goes down. It's a fly ball into center field. Into the glove of Biddle it lands. Big double play. They come up empty. What an incredible job getting out of that mess by Brian Rincones. This double play was the key. Panama City Beach. So gorgeous along the water. Good food, too. We've been to Wicked Wheel here this week. The Runaway Island, just so many good restaurants to visit. And a beautiful city. Levin East is the man on the mound. Levin East gets the call. And he's trying to keep it at a 7-2 number. East from Paducah, Kentucky. They call him Q. Q Lot. Q-R-E-Y, Cray Lot. Pounds that one off the turf. Correa. The shortstop, one away.
Good play right there. You know, when a ground ball's hit the shortstop, and it's to your right a little bit, like toward third base, you've got to move your feet, get around the ball, and get your momentum going back toward first base to be able to make the throw. That's why footwork's so important at that position.
Levin East, a 2023 high school grad. Yeah, another ground ball induced. Weathers shuffles on across the third baseman. 2 outs in the inning.
For third base,
like
same
that,
thing,
huh?
Footwork. Yeah, going to your left. You've been able to field the ball, but then you've got to turn your body back around and get those feet and the momentum moving to first base. Well done.
Paducah Tilghman High School for Levin East. Back at the top of the order, Tristan Biddle. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. You look back on the high school days of this current pitcher, and he's a pretty darn good shortstop. As a matter of fact, he was ranked the number 4 shortstop in the state of Kentucky. Doing his thing on the mound. They're going to make this shortstop make a play, and he's going to have to put it in his back pocket. Surprised everyone with that gorgeous bunt.
He did. Now, from a baseball perspective, I don't mind it with 2 outs, right? With 2 outs, ideally, I'd love you to hit a double and put yourself in scoring position. But if you can run and you can steal a base, then I think it's okay to bunt yourself on, because the key now is to get yourself in scoring position so that a single can score you. So we'll see whether Biddle gets the green light here.
Biddle's 5th hit on the season. His 2nd hit of the day, and we'll watch closely. Mungarieta Augusto hit by a pitch, struck out a couple of times. Worked admirably behind the plate as the catcher for Doug Martin's Northwest Florida State team. One and 0 the count.
Well, the way I look at it is try for the stolen base. If they throw you out, then you got Mungarieta and the number 2 hitter in the lineup up to kick things off next inning.
One and 1 the count. Levin did do some pitching at Perfect Game events, along with flexing a really good bat. Matter of fact, he played at an event in 2022 with a group of 16 U players for the Kentucky Prospects. Threw 8 1/3 innings, struck out 10, and also had a .476 on base. So he truly was a two-way player then. Now on the mound, gets that uncomfortable contact, a lazy pop-up to Cruz Harlan. Couple of ground outs, a single, then a pop-up on the infield. Settling in very nicely, the right-hander, exactly what they needed, Levin East.
One, two, three, work.
My bat's better than any other bat I've used last year. This bat just had no pop than any other wood bat that I ever used. bat league gonna go crazy this summer. These bats are absolutely juiced.
Programs getting a chance to spread their wings and fly off campus, get together with your brethren, and then do battle. Junior college baseball at PG's. Visit Panama City Beach. College Baseball Classic. Steve Phillips, Darren Sutton, and you, thanks for being with us. And you heard right, college baseball's here. I mean, Valentine's Day is when the big boys start, but these guys will tell you they're the big boys. Come deal with us if you will.
There are certainly going to be players playing this weekend here in this tournament that will move on to D1 programs and will move on to professional baseball. I mean, there's that sort of athleticism and talent in this tournament.
And when you look at a school like John A. Logan back in 2023, Drew Petska was drafted by the Reds. He was drafted in the 18th round. If you go back to 2019, they had 3 players drafted that year right out of their program. Northwest Florida last year had 3 players drafted in a single year alone. Mac Estrada went to the Yankees in the 11th round. He signed. Colby Jones, a middle infielder, went to the Braves in the 13th round. He signed. So to your point, Steve, and I think junior college is even going to go on a bigger uptick with the transfer portal and the movement, the value of getting those games in, and the possibility we're learning of these 2 years at this level, maybe not counting it all against your 4-year experience. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty good pitch. 1-1 the count.
Todd Odell behind the plate had it just off the outside corner.
Brian Rincones against Jackson Militello. Got the scoring started. He singled in a run last time up. Kind of an in-between committed swing there. 1-2 the count. Good breaking ball.
I make a point, for schools that are in the Midwest, Northeast, this may be the first time they're outside at all. They've been in indoor facilities, hitting in batting cages, and the whole depth perception of the game is so different outside.
There's a fun angle there from the first base dugout. 2-2 the count. Pitch down and away, served that way. And the fly ball out. Number 1 is Lott makes the play.
Well positioned right there. And pitching to the defense, that breaking ball down and away, all he could do was sort of flip at it, fly out to right.
Rincones playing in this event last year for Northwest Florida State. He went to the World Showcase a couple of years ago. Classic perfect game event. And he did a little bit of everything. He pitched. Got up to 87 miles an hour. Just tried to show off wherever he could. Played some infield wherever he could athletically, this pitcher. Just at that point was uncommitted, looking for some place to play. He found a pretty darn good program.
Sure did.
Perfect game saw him in 2021 at the Miami Prospect Showcase. Touched 90 miles an hour off the mound that year. And an active travel ball player. Played for the Miami Miracles Academy. When he would come up. Man out of Aruba. Here's Jaden Hart. 2-1 the count. Sac fly, a ground out as well. 2-2.
Good pitch. You know, he just sort of moves the ball around a little bit. Everything seems like it moves going to the plate. Nothing straight. Hard to center on the bat.
Of course he's going to foul it off Mungarieta, who's been beat up today, but he's all right. 2-2 the count. William and Jennifer, the parents of Jaden Hart, talking about brother in his time playing college baseball, smaller college baseball. Big Astros fan. Big Altuve fan. Talking about Hart.
I like it.
Steve Phillips on that national show covering the big leagues has been telling me recently that Altuve may go play in the outfield.
Yeah. Well, Jaden Hart, 5'8". He's Altuve-like in some ways.
Maybe why he likes him, huh?
Yeah.
That one's rolled foul.
It's baseball's a game for every body type, right? We've got big guys, little guys, 6'7" Aaron Judge and 5'7" Jose Altuve, and they both can be superstars.
Two is high, 3-2 the count.
Really working it right here, fighting off some good pitches, staying alive, getting a lot of pitches to look at. The more you get to see as a hitter, the better chance you have that when a pitcher makes a mistake, you can deliver.
Two-time all-conference player in high school, Hart. Right in on his knuckles, so didn't get the extension that he wanted that time. 2 outs in the inning. Biddle in center field makes the play. Just enough movement at the very end as he made a pass on that baseball to get toward the knuckles. Seven to 2, Northwest Florida State in those sharp gray uniforms on top. Logan out of Southern Illinois. Kind of got their offense going a little bit in the third. Stranded a couple of base runners in the fourth. This one rolled out to short. Played on a backhand. And in time for the out. Matt Farner, the shortstop, over to Hudson Ginn, the first baseman. The talented arm out of Aruba has found a nice home at Northwest Florida State. Some of the numbers that we have seen in this one, back-to-back home runs by Allen and Harris for Northwest Florida State. The athletic Sam Schmidt. Later on in the season, he pitches deeper into this game, but not today, not early in the season. Militello, the 9-hole hitter, and then pretty good work from the left-hander restoring order in Eli Porter. Those are some of the storylines.
Yeah, it's been a fun game so far. We've seen some good pitching and rhythm from Schmidt early on, and then the power bats delivering a couple of big blows so far in this game. So it's been a lot of fun.
We've enjoyed being with you. We enjoy our trips certainly to Florida, and then we enjoy hanging out with you, no doubt about it. Rincona's doing a nice job going to work out on the mound for Northwest Florida. Let's see if the counterpoint is there, as that one is fouled straight back. 11 East, who left a runner stranded in the 5th inning in his first inning of work. Steve Phillips, Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us. Redshirt freshman from Arkansas, Hudson Ginn. A couple of hits, hit by a pitch. As he pops that one up, right side. Through the line it goes, and Swiderski there.
Well, the ball is carrying. I mean, that felt like he got jammed. It might be a flare down the line. That thing carried out deep down the right field line, but Swiderski able to make the play.
David Alvarez. When we saw David as a high schooler, it was an arm on the mound that went above 90 miles an hour. Coming down to playing PG events from Canada. So much growth, Steve, even probably from when you were A, playing, then B, building major league teams. Baseball continues to grow and grow with the likes of the Naylor brothers in Canada.
Sure.
Great travel ball options, perfect game, really partnering with the travel ball leadership in Canada, and the talented Canadian bat, line drive base hit center field.
Yeah, I always looked at it that the Canadian players, because they don't get as much opportunity, a lot like I was from Michigan, that they can really be developed and advance, and that's a good piece of hitting right there. Keeps that front side closed, goes right back up the middle with it, and good piece of hitting. Doesn't try to do too much, and we've seen him at times sort of open up a little bit. I liked how he stayed in on that pitch and drove it back up the middle.
Had to feel good. And flied out to left field, also struck out a couple of times. And here is one of those two homer men that Steve was talking about, the power of Henry Allen. Walked, scored, 3-run homer, second inning. Oh, and 2.
I like how he takes pitches, right? There's nothing jumpy about him. And he'll regroup. He stepped out right there, took one down the middle, but a breaking ball. And so, he's going to fight to stay alive right here. Look fastball, adjust breaking ball as they come inside.
What good 2-strike pitch. And that one had a ton of run on it. Did he hold on to it? See the call from the home plate umpire. Yeah, he got the commitment. He held on to it. That's strike 3. Wow. Nice job.
If he got him on the backswing after the foul tip.
Oh, there you go.
Because I thought it kicked out of his glove.
Let's see. Good changeup, strike 1.
So Allen with the big swing, and I think that watch the backswing here, and I don't know. Oh, he did catch it. Okay, he did hold on to it there. Yeah.
It kind of stuck on his bod and never hit the ground. And he showed the baseball. Okay, like that. And he got the dangerous Allen. That was the key on a strikeout. Foul tip held on to. Speaking of danger, single, couple of runs scored, and a homer for Ira Jeffries Harris. Two and one.
Well, he stands in there like a hitter, backs out of the batter's box like a hitter, like he's comfortable in that box. He owns it, right? He's not worked up, he's not anxious. He's just like, I dare you to throw it over the plate to me, and don't throw it down, or I'm going to do some damage.
Got him out front on a breaking ball. Spun that one over the outside corner. 2-2 the count. We saw him at the 23 National Showcase. Jeffries Harris. He ran a 6.8 60. Threw nearly 90 across the infield. Mid-90s exit velocity. Shoots that one into left center field. Down for a base hit. Pretty swing. Not trying to do too much. He'll take that.
Yeah, he's a really good-looking hitter. He and Hank Allen both, but really calm and gets that front foot down. Soft front foot getting into the zone. His head doesn't move much. his head very still in the batter's box. So, he keeps his eye on the ball all the way through it. Really nice piece of hitting.
Yeah, 4 for 4 days, Steve. What a day he's had. All different kinds of damage, too. One and 0 the count. Matt Farner singled in a run back in the first inning. A couple of fly ball outs right behind that. Got the call. 1-1.
Tailing action on the inside corner.
Farner's really evolved as a college player. Found a spot on this roster. Was not quietly as touted out of high school as that one will skip to the backstop. Runners on second and third for the Northwest Florida State shortstop. And a visit and a conversation. Rob Wicks, Patrick Morey, that coaching staff.
Ever since, the 1984 World Series when Goose Gossage was on the mound and Dick Williams went out to talk to him with Kirk Gibson in the on-deck circle. They didn't cover their mouth, and they were talking about what they were going to do. And Gibson went in there looking for the fastball because he heard him say, I'm going to go right at him right here. And he turned it around. From that point on, everyone puts their glove over their mouth, their hand over their mouth right now because the lip reading got them in trouble.
What a wonderful tie-in, Steve Phillips. And you see it more and more now. Everyone thinks, too, the cameras are watching. Baseball conspiracy theorist. That's a high fly ball. Right center field. Toward the wall, that one goes. But a nice play up against the wall. Hauling it in. Big Trey. Trey Swiderski used every ounce of that ballpark. Pretty swing, driving that ball deep to right field by the shortstop, Matt Farner. Rolling along by the beach in Florida. Northwest Florida State on top, 7-2.
Players want to maximize their potential.
They are chasing the wrong thing.
Being better is personal.
What works for one player doesn't work for all players.
Players need to be told what they're good at, what they're not good at, and what they need to work on.
They need to be given a personalized plan to help them get to where they want to be.
That's how players get better.
That's how they maximize their potential.
That's how they become great.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us as we build the future of intelligent players.
The weather is warm and it's the perfect time of year to cook outside. Loco Smart Temp griddles provide precise and controllable griddle surface temperatures ranging from 250 degrees all the way up to a sear setting. The cooking temperature always stays exactly where you set it, so your meal always comes out just right. Cultivating great experiences is part of our DNA, and everyone has a seat at our table, so pull up a chair. Cook faster and party longer with Loco Cookers.
We trust you're throwing just a perfect piece of protein on that Loco cooker and that Loco grill. Perfect to do by the beach, by the way. And a cool beverage in your hands as well, and now watch some baseball with us. They're waiting. It's been such a busy day. The Manatees await this great JUCO event and so many talented teams. And in this event, Flodar, number 8 in the land. Chipola, number 12 in the land. Wabash Valley, number 15. Indian River State College. And then, of course, John A. Logan in Northwest Florida, number 5 team overall. So there's a ton of talent in this event. And, of course, Northwest Florida earning that right by finishing second in the land last year. That's a great event. Got to get the buy-in from the coaches, though. They're the ones that travel the athletes. Perfect Game can work with these teams. This speaks to the relationship that Perfect Game has with college coaches to build this over the last couple of years. And the leaders at Gulf Coast, great community college, helped to found and build this event. with perfect game.
And it's a great way to kick off the season, right? For because of some rainouts early on for some of these teams, these are the first games they're playing this year. And it's such a great way to start the year, to get a read on your team, get a lot of baseball in over the weekend.
Our view sees the count even up at 1-1. Played for the Gators Baseball Academy as a 2023 grad. Nick Smith was his high school coach. And he is an outdoorsman at the highest level. Changeup floats over the outside corner. As a matter of fact, when you talk to Breyer about, if it's not professional Major League Baseball, what else he may want to do for a job, he says, I'd like to work somewhere in the hunting industry. I feel like, Steve Phillips, your time and your career around the game, a couple of things that stand out. Ton of golfers in baseball, and a ton of hunters and fishermen.
They're absolutely right. And they all grow their beards out at the end of the season. They're going into the last month. Everybody grows their beard out for the offseason.
Drops the hands on that one and serves it into right field. Just a simple, pretty approach.
Yeah, good piece of hitting, right? You got a couple strikes on you. Just, make contact. Put it in play. And that low ball, just drop the head on it like he did there and drive it into right field.
I was thinking about what you were saying there with the beard situation. You gotta think that through. Maybe check to make sure if there is a wife at home waiting for you after carrying the family for 7-8 months.
Right.
Make sure she likes the beard, because if that's how you're announcing your presence as coming home unattractive, that's not good.
Yeah.
And now some ladies love the beard. But I know I saw all those years calling big league games, the guys would get nattier and nattier at the end of the season.
Right. Except the Yankees. They had to wait till the season ended.
Hit hard on the ground, but it's rolled foul. Big Trace Swiderski made a nice play to end the last inning. A little juggling going on out there.
A future in the circus, possibly.
Jackson Evers.
The juggling act, like that.
Leave it to pitchers, right? Leave it to pitchers, so that's what they're doing. Jackson Evers.
Yeah.
I love us pitchers. We're here to entertain. This game feels different. If you get just 2 runs this inning, if you're Logan, you can just get a couple of runs. All of a sudden, it feels different. Boy, good 0-2 pitch. Looked like the bottom fell out of the late-breaking slider that time. Strike 3.
Yeah, just expanded the strike zone a little bit too much. Got the breaking ball, and I love it. Breaking ball in the dirt, started on the plate, break it off the plate, and your catcher keeps it right in front, keeping the runner on first base. Well done, Mungarieta. Excellent job behind the plate.
Austin Wagan. Baseball, football player in high school, a good one. All-state high school baseball player from Eureka, Illinois. Big state, highly populated, a lot of athletes in that state. You earn all-state, you've done something. Put that one on the ground. And a diving attempt. Unable to make the play. So Austin with a base hit. That's what I'm saying. Just a couple. Feels different if you can get a pair of runs.
Well, with Ginn holding the runner on first base and hopping off, just getting by him. And I do love that going first to third, our view, good hustle. He's quickly on his way around to third base and in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
Jay Smooth now, the Chicagoland native, Jonah Weathers. One and 0 the count. Erica is mom. Oderi is dad. And Savannah, younger sis, Mr. Weathers, his family. Dad played some Division I basketball for NIU for a year. Played also at the Illinois Institute of Technology the rest of his college career. Swing and a miss, good slider.
See where Jonah has his hands set. I'd like him to just get a little bit more launch action. As you watch, they're a little bit dead start with his hands. He has a little movement back, but I'd like to have a little bit more movement to get that launch position back to be able to throw that bat at the ball. See his hands still there. I don't mind him starting up high as long as he can get them back a little bit more, I think. And again, freshman just coming in. Again, a young man from Chicago, so probably hasn't played a lot of baseball up there, but a lot of skill and talent, raw tools.
Got the commitment there, 1-2 the count. Jonas says, my favorite player. I love watching Tim Anderson, the grit for the game. Favorite team is the White Sox. Obviously played for that great White Sox ace program. On the ground, out towards short. Got him reaching for a baseball. Tough to turn, though. Not in time, and a run will score. There's one of your runs. Fielder's choice ground out and an RBI for Weathers. Important contact that time.
Now it kind of rolls over on a little bit. The pitch out over the plate and just sort of reaches for it. When his arms get away from his body, can't hit it that hard, but able to get down the line, though. And because he was reaching for it, it gave him some momentum getting out of the box and allowing him to beat that ground ball and not allow them to turn the double play.
So 2 outs in the inning. Jaden Omer a chance to extend this inning. Reached and scored in the third, rolled into a improbable 1-6-3 double play a couple of innings ago that thwarted a rally. Takes that one out of the catcher's mitt. 1-1 the count.
Healthy cut right there. Jade. Looks like you borrowed your sunglasses for the game there, Darren.
I love them.
Yeah.
You can hide behind those.
Yeah.
Almost have a frameless look. The 1-1. Just got a piece. Is that going to trickle fair? Nah, it doesn't. We're talking about the admirable wishes of Jaden wanting to retire his mom, who is his mom, Jessica, alone has raised the family. And the reason is because of what mom and the family has been through, having to deal with losing his father and having to play now just for Dad's memory and his legacy. You should have a lot of respect for Mom and for his brothers, and can't be easy. Can't imagine.
No, it certainly gives perspective on things for sure.
Good 2-strike pitch, but an even better take. His hitter says, I've made a lot of adjustments in the box from pitch to pitch. Also, I've grown defensively. Those are the two things he worked on summer and the fall. Kind of making adjustments each pitch. Just protecting rolls at foul. I never, as a former college and professional pitcher, think of it that way. It's interesting. As a pitcher, I think of pitch-to-pitch adjustments, but I guess as a hitter, if you go in with just one game plan and you're not able to adapt from what you're seeing, then you are in trouble.
Yeah, for sure. You've got to be able to have some understanding. Hitting, the higher you get, the higher levels you get to, it's less about your swing mechanics, and it's more about what you're thinking, what you're trying to do, what's your plan. How are you thinking along with the pitcher and the catcher and what they're trying to do to you, the situation of the game and what's needed from you in that moment.
Runner moves into scoring position. There's that pretty important second run moving up. Weathers. Mungarietta did all he could to block it up. 3-2 the count. Boy, what a breaking ball. That's strike 3. Slider down and away. Got the commitment, the swing and a miss. Jaden couldn't do anything with it. They've got 3 more outs to get, Northwest Florida State. They're going to try to do so against Logan. They pushed back with a run. Got those classic baseball high pants. Meet Zach Sims. He's from Paducah, Kentucky. McCracken County High School. He's trying to put a 0 up on the board. His team did get one. John Logan out of Southern Illinois. They got a run back. They're trailing Northwest Florida State by a score of 7-3 out of McCracken County High School. Second year as a college athlete. He graduated in 2023 and wants to get that degree down the road in chemical engineering. And that's who this left-hander is in a nutshell.
6'4", 230 pounds, big frame on the mound and a presence out there. Last year, a 3-0 record, 5.71 ERA. Not a lot of work, 17 1/3 innings, but 16 strikeouts for the lefty.
Grelot takes strike 1. Lott singled first time up, struck out and grounded out as well. A couple of nice plays in right field. Very athletic. And one dives down and in from the left-hander, the son of John and Sarah. His sis Tori is 17, and his older brother, Jackson, 22 years old. Dad played some college baseball at Greenville College. And his son sends it home, and it's up and away.
Zach Sims, he's a bit of what you would call a slinger. He slings it up there with his delivery. And again, different looks are always needed among a pitching staff, but he's a guy that sort of comes back and the arm of the glove come at you, and he slings the ball in the zone.
That's a perfect description. Fastball, he shared with us, his fastball when it's right lives 87 to 90. Quite a bit of horizontal break. And when spiked into the dirt, and still nearly got a commitment and a swing. He'll share in his pitching depth chart that his changeup is his second most impactful pitch. And then a sweeping slider, spin rate about 2,500. That was a fastball. And that is a pop-up toward the gate in right field and out of play.
Now, if you could get one inside right here, you know, with Lott sort of reaching out over the plate, he might be able to freeze him and lock him up.
Now looking at his mechanics, I'm trying to see if he hides the ball, if he keeps that front side closed before he slings it. It looks like he does. High fly ball, well struck left field to the wall. Gone! He didn't get it in enough, did he? That is a home run and a blast from Lott.
Lott able to get that the bat out over the plate and to drive it. 15th round pick by the Orioles. in the past, didn't sign, and looking to continue to develop his skills, and he's certainly doing that as he's starting to fill out physically as well. Kraylot.
I think he was trying to do, Steve, exactly what you said. Tie him up inside with a fastball. But he didn't get far enough in. A lot of the plate. Matthew Keller with Tristan Biddle waiting on deck. Keller today singled back in the third inning. A couple of ground outs sandwiched around that. Pulls the hands in, hits a leaner to left field. You may think about two. You bet he will. Aggressive turn. Into second with a head first slide. A hustle double.
He thought two out of the batter's box when he hit it. He saw the outfielders having to converge in the left center field gap, and he went rocketing around first base. That's a shot right there. You think about it. Look, he thought two right away out of the box. Good piece of hitting over the shortstop's head, and he's thinking, I'm going to get that ball in the gap, and I'm going to get to second base. Nice effort by Wiegand in the outfield, but just not able to cut him down there. And an excited Matthew Keller.
Yes, Steve. He is excited. Here's Biddle. Tristan singled and scored. Singled last time up as well in the fifth inning. A couple of flyouts on the day. I'm going to debate that graphic. I think that first, where we decided he reached on an error internally, I think that was a hit. I want to give him a hit on that one. Swings right through that one. 1-1 the count. The Arlington, Texas native. And time is called. His dream?
Biddle's job right here is to try to get the runner from second to third. Right? Try to get him over. Nobody out, get him to third base. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can just stay back and try to punch it to right field. But you can also, we saw him bunt for the hit earlier. This is where that bunt down the third base line, you pull the third baseman away from the bag and allow the runner and Keller to get to third.
Frozen. 1-2 the count. That's the pitch you wanted to throw to Lott.
Right.
Try to get the runner from second to third. Maybe he's thinking, I want to get the runner from second to home. You can do both. Like you say, you want to hit something to the right side, but there's no rule against hitting a line drive to the right side.
For sure. And as a pitcher in this situation, you know what the hitter's trying to do, and you've got to counteract that by trying to punch him inside as they're going in right now, moving inside right here. That if he hits it, he pulls it, and it holds the runner at second base.
That one up and away, got a commitment. Not exactly where he wanted it at all, but a strikeout, the result he was seeking.
They set up in, but he goes up in the zone, a little bit out over the plate, but that higher than high pitch, and he just swings underneath.
Augie now. Venezuelan-born catcher. 1-0 the count. John A. Logan College in Cartersville, Illinois. And an hour and a half from St. Louis. Runner takes off. And he swiped it. Had a huge jump. Keller with the stolen base.
And now he's in a position where if Biddle had been able to get him over, he's on third with less than 2 outs to where a productive out could lead to another insurance run.
.20 sweeping slider, didn't get a commitment. 3-0 the count. As a junior college, Logan, obviously baseball, but they have a men's and women's basketball team, men's and women's golf, softball, women's volleyball. The Volunteers. And a school that opened its doors, John A. Logan, in 1967. Outside.
Doesn't get any easier, right? Doesn't get any easier with Ginn coming up here.
No. We'll have a conversation. Will we have a move? Yeah, we're going to have a move. He's going to take the wristband, take the baseball from this left-hander. So just a different look, trying to keep it at least within striking. Don't want to let it get too far away from them. Some of the moments in this game as we have enjoyed this with you. First inning, Ira Jeffries Harris, Matt Farner. They started the timely hitting for Northwest Florida State. And in the second inning, this was the power, Steve.
Henry Allen driving the ball to left center field, got a pitch up in the zone, and absolutely unleashed on it. And then, back-to-back, Ira Jeffries Harris, he comes up behind Allen, and he gets the ball down to the zone that he launches out of the ballpark right there. Harris having a heck of a day, swinging the bat. 4 hits for him, driving in multiple runs, and showing off that he is a big-time low ball hitter and taking advantage. Also a solid switch hitter, getting it done from the other side as well.
Some fight back on the other side. Fun to see for John Logan. Single and an RBI. Militello out of that 9 spot in the order. And then Jaden Hart with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Omer and Correa both score. And so trying to ease their way back into the game. And then one more add-on just a few moments ago with Craig Lott with a blast. He's got a 2-hit day. So that's how we got here. Daley Pennick is a freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. 27 on that jersey. Went to Collins High School. 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. Daley played his high school baseball for Coach Mike Hammond. Played his travel baseball for the Louisville Legends. Andy and Lisa, his parents. Dad played some hoops at Michigan State.
Well, I won't hold that against him.
I knew you were coming with that.
Man.
I knew that was coming.
I'm rooting for this young man right here to get it done. Now, Dad, on the other hand, I don't know. Michigan State guy.
All right, Dad,
that rivalry is such a big rivalry.
Dad, if you're watching now from your device, if you're not at the game, Steve Phillips, a Michigan alum. That's why you're getting that earful.
Yes. Go blue.
I just dropped a line in the water. I knew I'd get a bite when I said that. Here's Hudson Ginn.
I will never disappoint on that. Trust me.
The Arkansas native. Good-looking breaking ball. And Ginn was ready to swing. 0-1. Feed off the greed of the hitter.
Yes, exactly. Geared up for that fastball. He was sure he was gonna get a fastball that first pitch.
He got a pitch he could handle that time. Serves it foul down the left field line, and that one disappears. Unloaded on that one. It hugged and hugged. The only question, fair or foul? Well, fair and gone. Wow.
Yeah, he was looking for the fastball, and the first pitch got a slider. And he said, I'm still going to look for the fastball, and he got it this time, and he absolutely unleashed on it.
There you go.
Got the pitch to hit. You see the uncoiling, using that bottom half of the swing. He knew it as soon as he hit it, that it was going to get out of the ballpark. The question was it going to stay fair or not? And it did.
Well, you could see it sail way over that wall. 0-1 the count on Alvarez. This right-hander goes right back to work. Mr. Pennick, that's what you do. As that one sinks low, 1-1 the count.
You know, Pennick, a freshman, probably his first time out on the year. And, you know, this is all just getting adjusted, right? Making the game slow down a bit for you and getting comfortable on the mound. And he will. Just going to take a little time. He's got a good slider for sure. And we've seen that be an effective pitch, getting some chase on it. Just have to locate the fastball a little bit more.
Line drive up the ladder, and a nice play made it short that time by Jaden Correa.
Nice play, really nice play. And for Alvarez, tough luck right there. That was well struck. Yeah, nice line drive swing. And, you know, go back disappointed, but you got to feel, you know, that's the key, is feeling good that it was a good quality at bat. You hit the ball well. Just unfortunately, you can't place it all the time.
It's a great shot of Correa head to toe. I love the spikes. He's got the shortstop, got the old school. Looks like something the Cincinnati Reds would wear in the 70s. All black. Just all love like it. War boots. Chance for that bench to open up just a little bit. Who are we looking at here? This looks like Silas Boris. Georgia Southern transfer. Finding a home at the junior college ranks from Greensboro, North Carolina. Silas Boris. Ready to go. Hits it hard out to third. Right on top of it, though, is Jonah. Weather shoots it on across the diamond, but not before there was more thunder and lightning. In this game, home runs number 3 and 4 for Northwest Florida State. They lead John A. Logan College by a score of 11-3 here at Panama City Beach.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
Doug Martin's Northwest Florida State team chasing 3 outs. Going to put a win in that column after coming up short yesterday. Beat Anthony St. Vincent out of Crestview, Florida. That's kind of up in the Panhandle in the Pensacola area. Pretty spot. He went to Crestview High School, and what's fun about this is a freshman getting an assignment here and an opportunity to pitch, getting the feet wet. That's the second outing of the year. His first outing went a couple of innings. Struck out a pair, gave up a run in his college debut.
Now that he got the first out of the way, it'll be interesting to see, you know, how he's able to breathe differently, right? That first time out. I mean, I remember when I went from assistant GM to general manager. I went up to the box the first day, and I couldn't breathe anymore. It was much easier to breathe as the assistant GM, but when you're the guy in charge, it was like, wait a minute, this is much harder to breathe. And it's the same thing. You know, when you first start your career, the first time out, it is hard, right? You got a lot of things. It feels so uncomfortable for you. But now with one game under his belt, we'll see how much more comfortable he is on the mound.
Anthony St. Vincent shoots a fastball high. Jaden Correa, those black war boots. Loosely gripping that bat. Pretty good pitch just off the plate. 2-0 the count. St. Vincent, 19 years old, was a little bit older than 18 when he graduated from high school at Crestview. Right side. One away. Gray Lott makes the play that time to get the number 8 hitter. Three years
St. Vincent looks like he's.
Go ahead,
It looks
Steve.
like he came off a surfboard out in the water before coming in here. He's got the surfer look going on here.
He does. And
Like
that
you
hunting
back in the
beard.
day?
He's got that hunting beard as well you were talking about.
Yeah.
As he fires the fastball in there. I was just going to say quickly, we saw him 3 years ago at a PG event playing in the 16U WWBA. Back then, threw about 85 miles an hour. Also was a pretty darn good hitter, too. I like that
Did he have the beard back then? Because it's a good beard for a young guy.
You know what he didn't? I'm looking at the face. He had a lot of eye black, but no
all right.
beard. Yeah, I'm looking at a youthful face. I don't know how much beard he was growing back then at 16. As that one is rolled foul.
The ball comes out of his hand free and easy. You know, he's not a maximum effort guy where he's grunting out there to throw. And the ball comes out, and he's got a nice little cutter as well that looks like it starts on the plate, then just moves just off the plate.
Good 0-2 pitch. Take a peek at that velo. What are we seeing? We're seeing about 89, 90 miles an hour. I think he's selling him on that slider. That's what it was. Great play at third. Allen on a cross. Hello, Henry.
Tell you what, he is a player, man. Henry Allen. I mean, we saw him swing and drive the ball to home runs, but that is an outstanding play. Backhand at third base. Quick to his feet to be able to make the throw across the infield. That is an outstanding play. My goodness.
That's frustrating, too, if you're Jackson. He struck that baseball. That was kind of a hanging slider. Good stuff. Good fastball over the outside. So, Steve Phillips, evaluator of talent, you're turning that man's name in, you're telling me. Henry Allen, correct?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. No question about that. Also, Ian Jeffries Harris as well, the way he swings the bat out. Really good-looking swings.
Yeah, some talented players in this game. There's no doubt. It's been fun. We'll do it in a couple of hours for you again. A little bit later on today, and then Steve and I will have the championship game as well, but kind of a household JUCO name in Chipola, Coach Johnson, and then Eastern Florida State will be their foe. High pop-up, foul territory, up against the gate. Just not enough room over there.
Allen did a good job, though, right? When there's a foul pop-up, get to the wall and then work yourself off of it, but don't drift into the wall. So well done, even in the pursuit of the foul ball when it went out of play.
My goodness, the run on that pitch. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that had a lot of movement on it. Boring action. Watch this one looking in. It keeps running into the back foot right there. My goodness.
And that'll do it. A wicked two-seamer followed up by the most effective pitch, and that ends the ball game. Northwest Florida State victorious by a score of 11-3. Some great moments, but Steve, you talked about the power and the defense, I think, all-around play of Henry Allen. That was one of the highlights.
Absolutely. He can really swing the bat in the middle of the lineup here for Northwest Florida State. Really can deliver. We saw it both in their first game yesterday, but also getting it done today. Henry Allen and Ira Jeffries Harris, those two in the middle of the lineup can do some serious damage. A well-played game, though, for Northwest Florida State. And on the other side of it, for John Logan, they just have to regroup, get back on the winning track. 1-1 now in their season.
Yeah, exciting. Hey, give us a couple of hours, and we'll be back with you. Chipola, Eastern Florida State. Keep an eye, and don't really go away on this app. And on behalf of our entire production team, everyone doing a wonderful job in Orange, California, certainly in Panama City Beach, in New York, and of course, in Arizona. He's Steve, I'm Darren. You are watching Perfect Game TV. We'll see you in a couple of hours.